might be the Book of Eli. I don't know. I don't know what book he was given.
The good book, sir. It was the good book.
I didn't know if I didn't have Anthony on standby, so I was a little nervous if we were going to have a
repeat
show
of 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. What the fuck? I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I'll put as much of that on me as you, being that I didn't do a follow up. I didn't play.
There was
den mother to this little crew.
It was a safe thought though. Last night I had what I can only describe as a transformative barbecue experience.
That was going to ask you about that.
My God! So I now have a new favorite place to get ribs, and while we're on the road one day, hopefully we'll be able to be in Deerfield for some pop sauce.
But will we be on the road?
I don't know.
I feel like we've been permanently separated for the last 2 weeks, which we have.
We have been separated.
Which is why this is a good podcast, because it's almost like a catch-up for the week, because usually we spend 40 hours, like we've ever worked an 8-hour day. Usually we spend about 30 hours a week with each other in a very small confined
space,
truck cab. So what's been going on, buddy?
Oh,
I know that Friday you had to try and put it in my face that you and Zach, while you were in Wilton Manors, hit Wilton Wings.
Oh my God!
One of the greatest wing places we have.
It was Zach's first time at Wilton Wings.
Yeah. And you both you assholes got fucking chicken sandwiches.
All I've ever
The place
gotten.
has wings in the fucking title.
All I've ever gotten at Wilton Wings was wings. I wanted to try the chicken sandwich.
You don't go the first time you ever are to KFC and not get fried chicken. Do you understand?
That's the only way you survive.
No, this is. There's a fundamental flaw in what you guys. One of you had to get wings so that even if it was you that got the wings, you could go here, try the wings, so you can experience.
He had the wings.
What do you mean?
So okay, when we went to,
you said it was his first time.
It was his first time at It was his first time. It was his first time at Wilton Wings physically.
Oh.
But the last time that you and I went, he told me like a day or two later on like what are those fucking Uber Eats? Wilton Wings showed up on the Uber Eats, so him and his wife got Wilton Wings Uber
cool.
Eats based off us going.
I would say though that having hot wings sit in someone's car in a styrofoam container for 15 to 45 minutes is not the best presentation of a restaurant's first sampling.
That's true. He did, however, love the food so much, even with that from Oakland Park down to fucking Sheridan Street or where the fuck.
That when you mentioned it, he was excited. So
he didn't even know it was Wilton Manors. I was like, because we were trying to find lunch, and he wanted to go all the way to Shenanigans, which is.
What do you think? It was a guy named Wilton or something?
I don't fucking know. I'm like, hey man, let's go to Wilton Wings. He's like, it's around here. I'm like, yeah, it's in Wilton Manors, man. He goes, oh, it makes sense now. And you know Zach, so.
he sometimes has his blonde moments.
Yeah. So we both had the chicken. Because for the last 3 straight days, I was craving a chicken I wanted a buffalo chicken sandwich because I've been on such a hot streak of chicken sandwiches. And I'm thinking, what
does that mean, a hot streak? That everyone you've had is good?
A quarter deck.
Okay. Can't go wrong at a Wendy's.
Can't go wrong at a Wendy's, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, Wendy's has the buffalo. All the buffalo chicken sandwiches I've had sit downs. Flanagan's doesn't have a buffalo chicken sandwich.
They have buffalo sauce though at Wendy's, don't they? Or no, like for dipping your nuggets and stuff?
I don't think so.
I think they do.
We're going
to as soon as the podcast is over, that's the first thing I'm doing is going online and looking.
I'm not trying that buffalo sauce at Wendy's. I ain't
Come
having
on.
man.
You'll eat everything else we prepare, but the packaged little cup of...
I just like my spicy chicken, man.
You're fucking ridiculous.
So we both had the buffalo chicken sandwich, and it was incredible. And Zach had a religious experience there.
I assume they give you a big piece that hangs off the bun.
Yeah, it's impressive.
The way the ale house
and I got it, and I got it with sprinkled with minced garlic, and that was even better. But last night went over to my friends Kevin and
well, before we get to that, I was going to say that you tried to stick a shiv in my ribs by going to Wilton Wings without me. So I realized where I was with Jeff.
You went to our favorite place
and
in
I
Miramar.
said, "Oh, I've got one better."
Yeah.
And I hit our favorite Shell. Now people are gonna listen to this and go, "What the fuck?" Our favorite Shell gas station in Miramar that we discovered one day, and they have like the best. It's a Cuban food,
Yeah.
South American food of some kind, or Central American. And Jeff and I had lunch there. Usually I get breakfast there, but this was good. So then I felt like I won.
We both had good culinary experiences. But yesterday, for the last 2 weeks, my boy Kevin up in Deerfield has been trying to get me to come up for this barbecue place called Papa Sauce. I never heard of it.
Papa
Papa Sauce.
Like
Papa.
okay, like father, like Papa Shango.
Yeah. Exactly like Papa Shango.
Okay.
And
I couldn't think. Like I was trying to think of anything else. Of course, because we're fucking wrestling nerds.
So we get in the car when I get up there, and he's like, "We're going to Papa Sauce," and he goes, and it's me, him, and my wife, because she had yesterday off. She had 3-day weekend, and we get in the car. We're driving. He goes, "So Nat, this place is in the hood, so you might want to stay in the car." He's joking. It wasn't the hood though.
How hood does it get up there?
It's Deerfield, buddy. It's pretty hoodie.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. But listen,
I feel like anything that's not Sistrunk and Martin Luther King Boulevard here in Sunrise / Oakland, that it's
man, Sistrunk's been gentrified as fuck. It's not the same.
Did
anymore.
they move the sweet potato pie truck?
I don't know.
You don't know about the sweet potato pie truck?
No, but now I know that it exists.
Oh my God, that used to be like a staple. We had a friend, John Rue, who lived like a block off of there, and he rode his bicycle everywhere, but he'd come to the comic book store all the time. He used to bring those for us because we couldn't go. He knew we couldn't go to the hood.
Long story short, some of the best barbecue you're gonna find is in the hood. I don't care where you're at.
I mean,
it
makes
is.
A lot of sense.
It is, and but this really wasn't. It was on fuck, what road was that?
I wouldn't call Tom Jenkins
Dixie.
in the hood.
It's on Dixie. It's Dixie North Deerfield. It's an old building I used to pass all the time, and I guess like 4 dudes got together, bought it, and have a restaurant, and they're all 4 like master fucking barbecue chefs or whatever the fuck you call those people, grill smiths or I don't know what you
Grill
want.
masters.
Grill masters. There we go. And so we pull up, and immediately the smell, I'm like, yeah, this is...
I'm guessing that may not be an actual term. That may just be the title of a TV show.
It might just be the title of a TV show. But as all the research we do on this podcast, that seems to be vetted just as much, so we're good. Grill masters. And we show up...
We'll call them smokers.
First thing that happens is Kevin gets out of the car, we get out, we start walking up, and everybody, all the guys in the grill start hollering at Kevin. And I'm like... How often do you go here? He goes, I may eat here a lot. I'm like, I guess so. You're on a first name basis with the cooks.
Is he showing off his white friends? What's going on?
Man, I've been to enough places with him. That shit bothers me. Listen, they know I'm there for the food.
I don't know what that implies.
So I get there. We order like the big family meal, which was ribs, chicken, 2 sides. We ended up getting their mac and cheese, which was fucking bananas good, and they didn't have the green beans, so we got their baked beans. Probably the best baked beans I've had in fucking decades. I mean, it was so good. I mean, just so good. So it only took like 20 minutes, and we drove back to his place. We get it all out, and I noticed that they used... It's a South Carolina recipe, so it's mustard-based, which is my least favorite barbecue, hands down. I hate mustard-based barbecue. But, A, it smelled fantastic, and B, like, this is the thing that Kevin been built up, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll give it a shot. Like, whatever. Like, even if it's not that good, I'm going to put on a brave face for Kevin, because, like, he loves this place, and he's my boy. So but
he didn't cook the food. You don't have to worry about hurting his feelings.
I take my first bite of the barbecue rib, and I saw Jesus.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
but let's be honest. The amount of pot you smoke, you probably see him a lot.
Was it high?
I didn't say you were.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he might be a familiar figure in your life.
I've seen some people. I don't know if I've seen Jesus per se.
I mean, I don't know what he really looks like to say if I've seen him or not.
He looks like Nibbler from Futurama.
I don't get the reference.
What? You don't... Futurama, really?
I don't really do cartoons that much.
God damn, Jesus Christ. You know what the fucking Simpsons are?
Yeah, I know what they are.
Right.
I even know who Nibbler is.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying I don't watch these shows on a regular basis to
Oh.
get individual episode references. Does that satisfy you?
You and your grown-up people television.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I watch other stuff.
Well,
I feel like 2,000 episodes of something gets a little repetitive after a while.
Futurama, it's so good.
Ay.
So, like, it was like a full rack of ribs, half a chicken and shit. Now, Natalia ate the chicken. We only got the chicken because my wife does not eat red meat. She only eats, like, chicken and fucking turkey and shit. So, whatever.
I love the reasoning behind that.
It doesn't make any sense
like
to me.
chicken's like a dirtier animal.
Yeah, it's listen, you know.
Is it
Those
that
ribs.
they have less of a personality and a size of a brain or something?
I don't know. Fucking know.
Yeah.
Those ribs were cooked just enough where they were just, I mean, but not enough where they were fall off the bone when you ate it, but not when you picked it up. They were like at that perfect, where you pick the rib up and it's perfect, and you go to bite into it, and then it's just it's tender and moist, and it comes right off the bone. It is the sauce was that Papa sauce, whatever the fuck is in it. Amen.
Can you imagine if
Amen.
people actually listen to our podcast and we could provide a bump for these people?
Oh my goodness! Stop what you're doing and go to Papa Sauce in Deerfield.
Well, a lot of our listeners don't live locally.
Yeah. Margaret, I'll try to bring some Papa Sauce down one day.
Oh boy.
So that was fantastic. Those are the best ribs I've had, short of some of the times when Kevin and I used to go down to North Miami Beach. There used to be a guy with a smoker on the side of the road. And
there's a lot of those.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. And anytime anybody listening, anytime you can see that side of the road kind of like smoker or something, that's going to be the best barbecue you're going to have that day. There's no contest, hands down. They win. Give them your money. Enjoy the food.
I think we should
support local.
I think we should rule out at this point chain restaurants that do barbecue.
The only chain,
like all these Smoky Bones and
yeah.
And what's the fire and military one that's right up the street here?
Mission Barbecue.
All that shit. It's good.
Yeah,
but it's like it's not great.
No.
We know, like, having spoken just recently about how good some small little grill in a Shell gas station is compared to anywhere else you would go, that maybe we need to rule out that shit because it's I've never
the only ribs I will even eat past side of the road or fucking newly minted in the middle of the hood ribs is I like Flanagan's ribs. I do. But that's it. Like, everyone else is garbage. Fuck them. I won't even try it.
But Flanagan's. We're getting in the weeds here, but Flanagan's has so much other good food that it's not like the ribs are.
It was Flanagan's.
I like what you're going there for usually.
And Wilton. Next time they got me because they now serve what they say is Texas style beef brisket.
We'll see about that.
We will see about that because after having actual Texas brisket, I don't eat brisket anymore because it's just not the same. So you
don't get that opportunity. You don't have that option if you live in a Jewish household because they serve brisket at every holiday.
Oh,
but it's not barbecued. It's like cooked in the oven and shit.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's a totally different animal, so to speak. By the way, before we get off food. I know that new I don't know what the word is, gourmet or designer donut shop right up the road's been open.
Yes.
Have you been since they opened?
No.
Okay.
I only went for when everything was still closed and they had it as the pop up at Flashback.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've had it.
When I was like Thursday or Wednesday when I was at Flashback with your brother, he's like, "What?" He just randomly goes, well, "Did they ever do anything with that McDonald's next door?" I go, well, "That's funny. You should ask. I'm surprised your brother hasn't mentioned the donut shop in there." And he's like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then by the time we were done, I forgot to say, "Hey, you want to go?" We were already in the truck leaving. I'm like, "Oh, I meant to offer to, because we were killing time. The day was over for us. To say you want to pop in and look around because I don't know what time a donut shop closes, but those places do a limited run, and once they're sold out, they kind of can go because they're out of food.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not really quite sure their hours.
I saw like a post from the city, or from I don't know who made. Oh man, I just had like a gastrointestinal.
Yeah, you look like you tried
issue.
to.
I couldn't breathe and whatever.
Ooh.
There was something either from the city. It was posted from the city, or featured like the mayor of Davie or some shit like that. I guess they helped fund all that.
Oh, okay.
They got some subsidies,
Small
historical
business thing,
building,
yeah.
blah blah blah, all that bullshit.
McDonald's is a historical building.
I mean, it's been there forever.
Fucking been there forever.
Yeah, it was a fancy 2-story McDonald's.
It was never 2-story.
It was a 2-story building.
I don't think there was anything in that second story.
You think it was just super high ceilings?
I think it's a
I've
false,
never been in there.
I think it's a false facade.
No.
Because you go in the McDonald's, you used to go to the McDonald's.
Let me just like pizza is Italian for pie, so saying pizza pie is redundant.
Yeah.
False facade is also
Is
going
it?
to facade is a fake
Well,
front.
I know what a facade is.
So a fake front is a
it is a fake front.
well, I'm
It's
saying
a fake front.
I'm saying you're being redundant when you
It's
say
completely fake.
false
All of it's
facade.
fake.
If it's a real facade, it's not a facade anymore.
All right, it's a facade, okay? I don't think anything's up there,
Listen,
okay?
let me just whenever I can educate
Yeah.
the masses, and by the masses I mean the asses, and by the asses I'm
You mean
pointing
me?
at you. Yeah,
If there's anything up there, it's one room where Ronald McDonald does his blow.
maybe. I mean, but that's like the local Ronald McDonald, not the.
Not the regional.
You know, like there was a Gallagher, and then there was his cousin. This is Ronald's cousin, also who pays the license to also.
By the way, only Gallagher in the 70s they could have gotten away with that nonsense.
Well, he was still telling jokes.
Yeah.
There was still like meat on the bone there.
Yeah.
He wasn't. You weren't paying whatever $10-15, whatever it was in the 80s and 70s or whenever he was big, to go see him just smash Big Fruit.
That's all I thought.
Watermelons. No, there was a whole stand-up routine. He told it's like Carrot Top. Yes, he brings out a lot of props, but there are jokes involved. Yeah. No, nobody paid to just see. I mean,
Shit, the only thing involved with Carrot Top these days is Botox and HGH.
But I'm just saying, Gallagher was. Yes, he was a gimmick.
Yeah.
But you still have to.
I just assumed.
You still have to tell jokes.
I just assumed you all waited 2.5 hours to watch a watermelon get hit with a hammer.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
You ever see those? They tell you like to bring like
Ponchos.
like parkas or ponchos or whatever those.
You're
are.
in the splash zone.
Yeah, for the front few rows. It's like going to a Guar concert, but more juice and less blood.
Juice or Jews?
Probably both.
Okay.
I think Gallagher's Jewish.
Oh, that's right. Contingent.
He looks very. Listen, okay. I'm gonna preface this with my Jew card that I own. I'm Jewish, so I can say this. He looks very Jewy. Okay, he probably isn't. He's probably like Greek or something, but I don't know. Let's just pretend he is, for the sake of the podcast, because we don't fact check much here.
Not even after the fact. We pretty much set the microphones down and go about our day.
We forget this podcast ever happened.
That's true. That's true. So the facts you hear are the facts presented.
Which is funny because like I have to later like just put it together to upload it and stuff. And so I have to kind of like jump every like 10 minutes to listen to what we were talking about for a second so I can write in the subject line what we talked about because I totally forget like an hour later what we fucking talked about. Or I'm like, well, I need a name for the episode. What the fuck did we talk about? And then like 2 or 3 more line items, bullet points or something. Half the time I can't remember anything.
Yeah, I know because most of the time I'm high here, so
well, I'm not.
I
don't have an excuse.
Like this is like the best. This is the best excuse to wake and bake ever. And it's like, I'm going to do a podcast. Well, I can't do that clear-minded.
So what you're saying is, unless you're being paid to be with me, like at work, you have to be high to be around me.
No, that's not you. It's not a you thing.
I know, but I was trying to be one of those people that made everything about me for a minute.
You were good
for the sake of comedy. And
you've been around enough of those people that you're good at it.
Well. I'm just trying to be entertaining here. I know it's just an attempt. It's
I have like
a success.
I have a few things written down from this week.
Oh lordy, good God, good because I have nothing.
Oh good. Well, way to do your research, Ben.
Dude, I have to do 2 other podcasts.
That's true. But you're usually
that motherfucker burns me out. He's been nipping on going an hour these days. We were supposed to only have a 20-minute to 30-minute.
What does he have to talk about?
Oh, you don't understand. He decided that he's going to start telling loss prevention stories.
Ooh.
See, you should start listening because they're fucking funny.
That doesn't cut into his business at all, does it?
No, because he's talking about like working at Beals and Steinmart, which aren't in business anymore.
Oh,
or he's
okay.
not working. He's not telling
Yeah.
Dick's Sporting Goods stories. That'd be a bad idea.
Because that's where he works.
Thanks for hitting me over the head with that one.
All right, so
I figured I implied that by saying, and then you're like,
nah, I'm too literal for that.
"This is CNN."
No one listens anyway.
I know it's CNN. There's a big logo on the screen and a thing at the bottom, and the guide said it.
Hey, look, kids, it's Fox News.
But I need this fucking Darth Vader guy to tell me it's CNN. Also.
So earlier in the week,
Uh-huh.
while we were driving around,
Who's we? Because it wasn't
it was
me,
Zach and I. It was
okay.
Zach and I. We're driving around, and I think we're on Sunrise Boulevard, and I see a guy in a red, like Honda, Toyota, that kind of low rider, sporty looking kind of sport car, but not really sport car.
Like
a Civic.
aftermarket kind of thing, or
It had a whole bunch of aftermarket crap on it.
I'm trying to.
But yeah, it's like
visualize
it started off as like a Civic or
I understand.
an Accord or something.
Because you
like
don't put
that.
aftermarket shit on a nice car.
No.
No one's doing that to like a Lexus or a Range Rover. You would, but not the kind of stuff you're. Yeah.
No, we did, however, see like a new Land Rover that I didn't write down. That looked like the guy had bought it he bought it and then went to the accessories page and went, I want everything.
I'll take all of column A.
That thing had ladders and fucking snorkels and all kinds of shit
but I
on
mean,
it.
most of the accessories for something like a Land Rover technically are practical items that if you're in the right environment, it would come of use.
Yeah.
They're not like air spoilers.
And if this guy was in Australia, he's set to go.
Right.
But you were in South Florida. You need to calm your shit.
Extra lights, maybe he's swamping in the glades and he needs a snorkel. And listen. I've driven in low riding cars. I can appreciate a car that has a snorkel on it that doesn't suck the air in and fuck the engine up. You ever try and go through a puddle in a Mini?
A few times.
That's rough stuff.
Yeah.
Let alone any speed bumps. But yeah.
So I see this red car, but it didn't really. It sets me off. I'm like, something's off. Like, what's off? And then we get closer, and it's fucking cherry red, and it's low to the ground. It doesn't have that stupid cambered wheel bullshit, but it looks like that was the next logical
the
step.
Angled out thing?
Yeah, it looks like you're fucking.
Those are fucking.
That's the
weird.
dumbest thing ever. Dumbest thing ever. Anyway, so
dumber than. Oh, hold on. I'll write that down. Keep telling your story.
Okay. So we get close, and I see on the back of the car, fucking legit as fuck, Ferrari. And I went, that can't be right. On the side of his doors, as I get closer, he's got the Bacardi. Jesus Christ. He's got the Ferrari.
Go home, Marco. You're drunk.
Yeah, he's got the Ferrari Embledge.
No.
Are we doing this again now?
No.
It's Embledge a word.
Wait a minute, because this story sounds familiar. I feel like I was with you for this.
Were you with me?
I feel like I was with you for this.
Is this before?
This wasn't when you misused a made-up word called Embledge. That was somewhere else. The problem is now you've thrown me by doing Embledge.
I know it was this week because I wrote it down this week. Because I erased everything from the previous weeks.
Well,
after
since
last
it only
week.
vaguely sounds familiar, continue, sir.
Okay, and then I see on the front of his car the Ferrari. So I see all the correct Ferrari Embledge. I'm going to continue to use that word until I'm proven wrong. And I'm like, this is the weirdest Ferrari I've ever seen. I look inside, and the dude is wearing a red shirt with a Ferrari hat.
Maybe he works for Ferrari, but isn't a high-level guy that can get a deal on a Ferrari?
Then I see the steering wheel, and I clearly see like what could only be either. I think it was a Toyota. Like you could just fucking tell it was not a Ferrari. And Zach and I are just like, what the like this dude is driving it as if it is in fact a fucking true to legit Ferrari. And the only thing I could think of in my mind is that he's the living example of faking it till you make it. Where he is just like, I'm going to drive a Ferrari every day until I am driving a Ferrari every day. Hats off to him. But
maybe it's one of those where the pool with which he dates from
Oof.
has never seen an actual Ferrari or would know what a real Ferrari is. So when you have that much marking, they think he drives a Ferrari.
And that would make sense in like Texas or Indiana or Ohio.
No, there's always people that just don't know. Like, how many girls are car people anyways? Now, like compared to men. Okay, let's half that number.
Yeah.
And then let's half that number that would know the difference just on sight from a Toyota to a Honda.
I just feel that feel like if you looked at that car, you would go, "That's not a Ferrari. That's common sense."
Well, maybe he has like a.
Is he the blind? Is he dating the blind?
Maybe he's got like a sound system that plays the sound of a Ferrari engine.
God, I wouldn't put it past him.
Have you heard? You know those electric cars?
They have.
They create a fake sound.
Yeah, because
when you're like backing up and stuff.
Because people are stupid.
Yeah.
And they're, I can't hear it. I don't know what's happening. You bought an electric car, you dumb retard.
Well, it also helps like pedestrians that don't know a car's backing up into them or something. It's, I mean, I guess it's good for all. Okay, so let's hit a few points here.
Oh, we got some points.
All right, I looked up Embledge.
The point of our show where we make points.
I looked up Embledge, and it, of course, the way I spelled it, nothing came up. But when you do that in Google, it says, "Did you mean this, or this?" So the only thing that came close to being Embledge was EMBLIDGE. Now this is, bear with me for a second. This is what I'm doing goes against everything we do. But I'm afraid if I don't do this on the podcast now, the revisit will never happen.
Yeah.
Unless you use the word again.
I like the word. It's very. It sounds very smart.
I spelled it EDGE. And it didn't have anything. So it said, or do you mean IDGE, Embledge? I said, sure, let's see what they got. The only thing that comes up is Scott or Doug Embledge, June Embledge. It's someone's name.
Oh, okay.
So
am I saying somebody's name?
Well, you just created a word there. Like,
it sounds like a real word, though.
I mean, if you say confidently enough.
Oh, and I am, sir. Oh, I am.
Again, maybe to the crowd that would believe that guy's car is a Ferrari.
The same crowd that'd be like, this looks like a really smart guy there.
Embledge.
Yeah, Embledge.
I think you're going off signage.
I think I am.
And going, but the emblem and the
Yeah.
signage. Yeah. Okay. Now, number 2 is you said dumber than something. I go, I'm going to just get your take on this because I know you're not on Facebook these days.
I am not.
So you're not part of these conversations, which is this is going to be visited Tuesday with Anthony. I posted a status that said like dumb viral video of the month or something. Award goes to those people that are taking a wine glass to a cake and putting it down on the cake and then scooping out their slice. And then they're eating it out of a wine glass. Instead of cutting the cake and putting it on a plate like a fucking human
I hope the
being.
wine glass breaks while they eat it.
Well, it doesn't because they're not doing it like aggressively like you would, Rambo. But
I would.
and people start arguing with me, including our boy AJ Slambino, who called it brilliant. And then I had to get on the phone with him and be like, "What? Explain why this is brilliant." And I was like, "Of course, the paper plate guy thinks this is brilliant." Yeah. So it's like, I guess you're not even familiar with it.
I know.
Yeah, it's like there's a full cake there. And then and usually in the video, it's everybody does it. So you see the cake, and then all of a sudden, one wine glass comes down on a corner and cuts off their piece. And then it's in their wine glass, and then I guess they eat it out of that, serving it out of that. And then everyone else comes and takes a thing, and then eventually there's like a little piece in the middle that's left, because, not.
It's the same concept as if everybody jumped off a bridge, would you? No, it's stupid.
Well,
That's
okay.
dumb.
I just wanted your quick hot take on it because
dumb.
Because I know this is gonna be discussed on Tuesday.
I know Mr. Paper Plate Guy is going to be like, oh, you're saving so much.
No, but you're not.
You're not. You got to clean
still need
20 fucking wine glasses.
You still need a fork.
And you know how hard it is to clean wine glasses? I've broken 3 of them by cleaning them. My wife doesn't let me touch them anymore.
Well, gorilla fingers.
I'm fucking awful with wine glasses.
The cleaning or anything, I think it's the same because it's either a plate and a fork. Or a wine glass and a spoon. What's the difference?
Trying to imagine a bunch of assholes stabbing a cake with a bunch of wine glasses.
You don't have to. You can go on the internet and see it.
Jesus Christ.
My mission today is to send you every TikTok that has
Oh
it.
my God, please don't.
You're going to have an avalanche every time it comes up my feed now.
I got to drive to Homestead today. I don't
Why?
It's
not work related.
My nephew's son has to.
Your nephew's son?
My nephew's son has to go pick up an airplane.
This is a shot if I ever heard one.
It's not a shot. It's not a shot.
Okay, and before we get any farther, I have one question.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the duck video?
There was no duck video. There was no duck when we got there.
This disappoints me no end.
Someone had moved the whole nest when we got there that morning.
I obviously, when you go up to bush, you don't know if there's a duck in there waiting to kill you.
That's true.
But on the second go around, when you looked and there was still a duck and eggs, you should have approached it with the camera to get the duck coming at you.
Okay, so
and then the third time, I get it that you're ready to film it and it's not there.
Yeah.
But I was really looking forward to seeing a duck video of you wrestling a duck to the ground while you try to move its eggs.
So one of the installs that we had to do that was in some bush, some pretty thick bush, and in between the bushes,
like a 70s bush.
I wasn't born. I don't know. I can't.
You've never seen it.
But like what you'd see in the
yeah.
vintage pictures, yes.
Yeah. I mean, listen, not to get too graphic.
Okay.
But you don't have to have grown up in the 70s to see a 70s bush. I would feel like our parents would have them even in the 80s and 90s if we were to accidentally.
I'm not walking around staring at people's bushes, man.
You catch something out of the corner of your eye once, and you think it's like it's either a 70s bush or a ghost or something. You don't know. But either way, you feel haunted.
I must have chalked it up as a ghost then.
I'm sorry. I derailed this so bad.
So everything else in the entire community that we were doing, like all the bushes and trees, the roots weren't very deep and they pulled up pretty easily. So we're like, okay, we'll pull up all these roots. We'll pull up all these bushes and we'll start digging. So we get there. I put my gloves on. I reach in. I start grabbing the bushes out. This is why you're in charge, because you're smart enough to grab a pair of gloves. I only put gloves on once I'm damaged. So
once I've damaged myself,
I grab it, I pull the bush out, and as I pull the bush, I go whack, 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 whack. I'm like, what the fuck? And I like almost like I'm on my knee. I've got my knee pad down, so I'm on my knee pad. I immediately leap to my feet, and I've got the bush in my hand. Like what the fuck? And the bush that I removed gave me the straight sight straight to like a duck nest with like 20 eggs, and mama duck not fucking happy at all. And like coming at me kind of, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, again, who fucking thought when you reached in you were going to get angry?
This is why we need body cameras. We miss so much good stuff over the course of a day.
So we paused immediately because neither me nor Zach were gonna move this. Like, I'm not moving a duck nest with angry mama duck right the fuck there. Not happening. So I went to the maintenance manager. I told him what's going on. I'm like, listen, we'll push the dig and we'll push the install to next week. You have the week. He's like, give me the weekend. I'll wait till Mama Duck goes to eat. I'll move the nest. And when she comes back, I'll try to show her where I moved the nest. And I'm like,
just leave a note.
Yeah,
that's just as good.
I'm like, okay, listen, however you want to do this in your head is fine. I'm not touching that nest. He's not touching that nest. And, we got back Monday morning, and there were 3 eggs left. Mama Duck is standing right outside, just standing there. And you could tell she's just so distraught. And I felt really bad. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, did he just take a shovel to these eggs or some shit? Because you see eggs. And he tells me that.
No, you did, but there weren't damaged eggs. You just saw.
There were some damaged eggs.
Oh.
So I'm like, what the hell happened?
Maybe
he goes,
a critter got
and he goes, I don't know. The next morning, it was like that. And she hasn't moved.
Raccoons, probably.
She didn't move for like 3 fucking
or
days.
Or possums, yeah.
So I was like, oh, fuck. Well, we were doing another building anyway, but we were going to come back and pre-dig afterwards. So we figured to give it the day, and at the end of the day, she was still standing there. So I was like, all right, we won't pre-dig. We'll just do this Tuesday. We show up Tuesday, and I'm telling Zach as we go, I'm like, Zach, we got to do this. Like, this is our job. So if she's there, I'm just going to grab the shovel up what's left of the nest, what the eggs are left, and she can chase me to wherever I place it, away from where we're working. I've never been bitten by a duck, but
they don't have teeth, so it should be.
But we got to work, and if I'm going to get bitten by a duck, we're going to record it, because if we don't, Ben will kill me.
I did mention to you guys that morning.
Mentioned, and we were fully ready to do so. And when we pulled up, no mama duck, no nest. No, just remnants of a nest, no eggs, no nothing. and the dig and everything went as such.
Mm.
So yeah,
So someone moved it,
someone moved it,
or something ate it.
And look, they're Muscovy ducks. They're an invasive species, and
Here we go.
statistically speaking, out of a nest of like 18 to 20, only like 5 make it.
No way, buddy.
Listen, these are the lies I tell myself at night so I can sleep, sir.
This in our neighborhood here, because we're on a big lake.
Yeah.
There are tons of ducks.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, I'm going to go on a side tangent here. In about 3 months, it's going to be duck rape season here. Have you ever seen these ducks rape each other?
Oh my god!
They pin each other down and fuck each other.
Yeah.
And like some of them, when I used to have a dog, I'd walk around the back of the lake.
Yeah.
You know, around the lake, not the back of the lake, but around the lake in the back. And I've seen ducks pinning the other duck's head under the ground,
Jesus
under the water,
yeah.
not underground, under water. While it's getting it in. And I'm like, it's rough stuff, man. So we're coming on duck rape season, and then after duck rape season is baby duck season, and you'll see like first you'll see a duck leading like 15 little baby ducks or 10 little baby ducks. 4 days later, it's 3 less.
Yeah.
A week later or 2 weeks later, it's half.
Yeah.
And then by the end, there's 1 or 2 with the mom.
Yeah.
It's just they have to have. I guess they just have to have a lot of eggs. I mean, I have to.
It's like sea turtles.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
You know, you play the numbers, you play the odds.
Well, yeah. You
know, odds are if you have 200 sea turtle babies, like at least 10 will make it.
Right. If that, not get eaten. But so like we're about to get into that part of the year where we not only do we see a lot of procreating. I'll use a better word.
Yeah.
But then we'll see. And it's loud too. Have you ever? You can hear it. It's like when the cats are fighting in the bushes. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bring No,
duck rape brought everything down. Yeah, the only other thing that I have written down happened last night, and that's the Florida LSU game where the Florida defender decided to take the LSU guy's shoe and throw it down the field at the very end of the game with the fucking unsportsmanlike penalty that basically gave LSU the opportunity to kick and win the game. And I went, it's a very Florida thing to do.
They should never have been in that position to lose the game by a score.
100%. 100%. They deserved to lose that game.
I didn't watch any sports ball yesterday.
I didn't watch it. I just saw the clip afterwards, like this morning, and I went, I want to talk about this. Dumb shit, motherfucker.
At like 3:30 in the afternoon, I went in my room and fell asleep and woke up like at midnight.
Oh, wow.
So I missed all the sports.
Yeah.
And
but you're well rested now.
I'm over rested because I stayed up for like 4 hours and went back to sleep for a bit. So I feel like when you sleep too much, you feel worse.
Are you ready for this Kansas City game tonight? Or today, 1 p.m. We're back.
Yeah, we're finally playing 1 o'clock. We played one last week, didn't we?
I think we did, yeah.
I did. But yeah. I don't want to get too much into the X's and O's because after this week, nobody will care. But it's pretty exciting to be playing well and have a pretty good record right now, and be playing the best team in the league, and be playing the Super Bowl champions, and feeling good about the fact that we might have a shot, but also we won't.
Yeah.
At least we won't embarrass ourselves.
That's the hope.
Yeah, we'll see.
That is the hope.
That is the hope. That's why they play them, so we can see.
There's too many articles about how sad the Cowboys are. They got removed from prime time. That it weeds through all the other good stuff on the NFL because they're so sad that TV went. You suck. We don't want to see you anymore.
Yeah, well, that's a problem when you schedule the games based on
name value.
Name value and the way they played the year before.
Yeah.
There's no other way to schedule them, I guess, but.
Well, yeah, because they're so far ahead. Because you got the TV contracts, they've got to write all that shit in, I suppose.
Yeah.
So you have no way of knowing.
At the beginning the problem, because people buy tickets to games and make plans for things, you can't switch days around too often. You can't switch times around too often. It becomes a.
But see, on the same note, like I'd watch a Jets-Jaguars Monday Night Football game, but for a completely different reason than I would watch it.
Because it's a toilet bowl. It's who's the worst of the worst.
I read that the fucking Eagles are going to hold on to Carson Wentz. They still believe in him.
I don't know. I think there's something about his contract and the fact that this year doesn't cost a lot. It's the end of
No, fucking
I
next
don't know,
year's
those-
going to cost. I think it's like 25, $26 million with a $59 million hit against the cap.
well, then they must be convinced there's other problems on the team, and that's why
Yeah,
that's why he's
it's fucking. There's a big majority there of the money there, and one Ginger's. Is he ginger? I think he's ginger. I think Carson Wentz is ginger. He's got red hair. That's how
I don't know.
remember.
I've never seen. I don't.
He's not fucking oh fuck, what's his face? He's not what's his face from Dallas.
Andy Dalton.
Yeah,
the Red Rocket.
Yeah, he ain't the Red Rocket, but he's got the hint there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I don't think I've ever paid attention to him without his helmet on
That's a good
to
point.
know what he looks
I
like.
think I have a vague idea in my head.
I don't even
but
know. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. I don't know what he looks like. I don't care either.
He'd be the one that had so much potential, but then you forgot about him.
Who?
And who? You know exactly. And Nick Foles stole his heat. Speaking of the Heat, they want fucking James Harden, and I'm so off against that.
Well, because he's like a top 10 player in the league.
He's top 10 scorer in the league.
He's still
He
top.
doesn't play fucking defense, and he doesn't play team ball at all.
I'm so bad.
And I'm not. And by the way, I'm not saying this as knowledge points. Kevin is a huge NBA guy, and this is the stuff he railed against. Because anytime something happens in the NBA, and I'm like, how should I feel about this? I go, Kevin, how should I feel about this? He goes, fuck X, and A, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, now I know how to feel about this, because he follows that as much as I follow like the UFC, which apparently last night was an amazing pay-per-view. But I'm not spending $65 to see little children fight.
I went online and saw that there was a cool knockout.
Yeah,
And I also saw that the Anthony Johnson fight. He knocked the dude
ninth
out.
round, man.
My buddy Ollie was at it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him shit today because he was like in the upper decks. I'm like, what the hell is this?
What's he doing in the cheap seats?
I don't think it's the cheapies. I think with the social distancing.
Oh, yeah.
That there's only a limited number of.
Yeah.
Why are your level so much bigger than mine?
I don't. Well.
You're loud.
You see, when mommy level and daddy level.
Yeah.
Now you're just taking it away from me.
I don't know.
You're taking my levels, man.
I'll leave it.
I've
You're
earned
just
my
slower.
levels.
Yeah, Anthony. He posted some videos and he was like in the upper deck area, and I'm like, Usually this is the guy that sneaks down to the $5,000 seats
Sitting camera side.
and is getting pictures with the celebrities in the area, and then sneaks into the back.
Yeah.
I told you he got banned from the UFC for a while.
For that very same reason?
They because
Who caught him?
It wasn't nobody caught him. It was that he had, because he posts all the pictures he gets, that like they started doing stories on him. Like for a minute there was like the Lad Bible and a lot of it. And so there were all these like online and like local TV and local papers and whatever. And so
they
there
exposed him.
He got a lot of buzz for it. He was doing, but I mean, exposed is a strong word since he was like talking to them.
Yeah.
He was doing the interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
And so for a little bit he was banned from the premises of any UFC event.
It's fantastic.
And then he went to something and he got into in the wake of Dana White walking through somewhere, and he got Dana's attention, and Dana's like, I know exactly who you are, I'll take care of it, and got him unbanned. Like Dana understands a good fan. I think it was the UFC corporate and maybe the security people that were starting to look bad from all these stories and stuff, that they're like, you're banned from this shit.
Yeah.
And then Dana's like, no, this is like a hardcore fan that's
Yeah.
going through all the fucking paces dude, we got to get him on. One day I'll call him. I mean, he's in England, so it's going to be a tricky to schedule, but dude, that
It'd be
guy's
easier than Blake.
Did I know? Ooh.
That's one of the day.
He'll with the Blake Chadwick shot of the day. Did I tell you I got Ollie kicked out of the hotel in Orlando, the last WrestleMania that was in Orlando?
Did you or Jackie?
I got him kicked out.
Oh, shit.
Not like I went and asked someone to kick him out.
Yeah.
What happened was we were all socializing Saturday night, which is after the Hall of Fame thing, and so we're all at the bar and all the people are there and everyone's drinking and taking pictures and yada yada, and And all of our group of friends from the last 10 years of doing these things was there. And everyone's catching up and whatever. And Ollie's telling me about the Conor McGregor tattoo he got. And I go, I want to see it. He's like, oh, it's on my thigh. I said, well, let's go somewhere. I want to see it. So he's like, all right. So he decides to go out. And this is like right off the lobby bar area. You have access to the pool area. So go out to the pool area and a little bit off to the side in the like, almost like we're going into the bushes for a blowjob.
Oh my God! Just about to say.
I wasn't ready for this. I thought he was going to hike his pant leg up. He unbuckles and pulls his pants down to his knees. Yanks his underwear on that side because they're like boxer briefs up, and there's like this giant Conor McGregor tattoo on his thigh. Oh, it's not bad. It's better than some of them. Like we used to rib him because he got like the tap out logo way back in the day on his bicep, on the inner bicep. And we would joke like, yeah, when you get old and saggy, it's going to say tapioca and shit like that. So then like we come back inside and like 5 minutes later, 2 security guys come up to him and they're like, yeah, sir, you've apparently Ollie was being Ollie for the last couple of days, like boisterous and obnoxious and like an overprivileged kid that has all the money in the world and is rarely told no, so he doesn't accept authority very well. So he's been acting up at the hotel, and they're like, "Yeah, we need you to leave. You've whatever." And he's like, he goes, "Is this because I took my pants off by the pool?"
Oh my God!
And they're like, "Yeah, that was the final straw."
Oh my goodness!
So I technically he had been working up to this, but I was the one that got him.
You just pushed him.
Yeah,
that final.
Yeah. Oh. But it was like I realized halfway through wanting to see this tattoo.
Yeah.
That this was
gonna end up being something.
Well, no, not in terms of that, but that like we're going out and sneaking off somewhere so he can take his pants off.
Yeah.
This looks
shady as fuck,
suspect to say the least.
Yes, it's very sus, very sus.
So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he has the money. He flies. I think he lives in England. They have a house in Orlando. But he flies to like a lot of the UFC gigs, like in Vegas mostly, and he's been to Saudi and places like or Abu Dhabi or wherever the fuck they do it, and when they have him in England. But he's become like a big boxing guy. So and I think he knows Anthony Johnson. Like I think
Joshua.
Yeah, whatever. Joshua. Is that who it is?
2 distinctly different people.
Okay. Yes. Both have been champions.
Yes.
Anthony Joshua. I think he knows him. Like they know each other.
Yeah.
Like if it's not just like Ollie going up to him. It's like if Joshua saw him, he'd be like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" And they'd be all happy to see each other. So he might train at his gym or who the fuck knows. I don't know. But yeah, he goes and does all that stuff. He's got some good stories. I mean, I could tell you all these stories for days. He's like Jackie. He gets drunk and crazy.
Don't say.
I mean, but in a more like.
Professional,
right? More, I don't know. Is it
respectful?
Is it professional? I mean, I guess if you're a professional drinker, you can control your. He just gets a little louder and stuff.
Yeah, like most professional drinkers. I'm trying to think of a good celebrity name, but I'm thinking of Sean Connery for some reason.
I didn't even know he was. I mean, I assume
probably wasn't. He probably wasn't. I'm just thinking like, all right, who's. I'm just thinking like, and I think Sean Connery, mostly because I've been watching way too much Celebrity Jeopardy, probably. So,
a professional drinker would be Bert Kreischer.
It would.
That guy drinks like crazy.
Yeah.
Never misses a date. Never even is hurt the next day, no matter what he's drinking.
I was gonna say Bob Hoskins, but that'll work.
No. I mean, Bert's the one that talks about drinking box wine while he's on the treadmill and shit like that. I mean, it's just. That's professional that's pro work right there. I get Johnny Depp, but I hear he's been not able to control it as much now. I heard we were listening to radio on the
he tends to
during work, and they said they cut his salary in half for his most recent movie because he was being belligerent, drunk in his trailer, and I think he hit a PA or all that shit. But by hit. In L.A., quote-unquote hit means like they chest bumped. He got his face or something. Now I've been assaulted.
I've been assaulted. I've been struck.
You struck me with unkind words.
Fucking.
It might as well punch me in the nose.
It's funny reading articles about people trying to figure out why people are leaving California. And it's like, it's not that hard. Everything's on fire. It's super liberal. Everyone hates the taxes. Time to get out.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, I guess.
Time to get out. All the comedian, because Musk just moved. Rogan's gone. Everyone's going. Whole place like a big fucking.
They're all moving to Texas.
Yeah, wagons east.
Yeah.
I don't know what else like.
I like LA. I'd live there.
You have
But
spoken very glowingly about LA. I went. I had a great experience.
Yeah. I don't. I don't have an interest in paying like 8 or 9% extra in state income taxes, though, for sure. Plus, I'm sure the sales tax is higher and everything else. I don't know. That's again doing research that I've already broken the rule today.
Yeah, you've broken the one rule.
we have. I think that's not even a rule. That's just kind of like a gentleman's agreement.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Listen,
our only rules are really don't talk politics and religion
and that sometimes that's real hard to do. Real hard to do.
Lately, huh?
Lately, it's been.
I've tuned it out. Lately.
I mean,
because here's what it is. The politics are over. As much as like all the crazies on
it's just
on both sides are being stupid. It's all been decided, but two seats.
Yeah.
So all this noise is just noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not donating money anywhere, so I don't give a shit.
It's just man screaming from corner, and screaming at clouds from corner.
Shaking fist. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, the rest of the day is for me is just gonna be watching that Dolphins game.
Foosball, buddy. It's foosball.
And then after that, maybe like I don't know. I mean, I should do something responsible and productive. But
Ben, we both know you.
Yeah. Yeah, I try. I can't be like you. I don't have like this like I can't sit still vibe.
Yeah.
And have to go fucking straighten everything out and whatever. I just move one pile from one place to the next when I need a space.
Probably gonna finish all my Christmas decorating while watching the Dolphins game. So
yeah. How's that tree going?
The tree's fucking phenomenal.
I didn't know if like, a week later the bloom is off the rose there with the
tree. I love the tree. We got the star on the top. We've got some candy. I picked up some sweet tart candy canes, and I've bedazzled the tree with like 10 of those. And then we have ornaments sitting in a box that are still in a box.
My mission.
I've also got a fucking train that's going to go around the tree.
Yeah. Well, these are all good reasons not to have a pet. Tree and train and all that stuff.
There's no pets in our future. No pets in our future.
My mission would be
it's too expensive
on a regular on a year that's where I'm not telling you I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
would be to like swap out something on your tree with something ridiculous and see how long before.
I see where you're going here.
Like maybe put an ornament, or maybe just put an ornament up there.
See,
it depends. Like with you, it's not the same theme, but like, let's say I was at for example, if I was like invited to Howard Brody's house.
We were thinking of the same thing, the same time, but we didn't want to say it because he's Jewish.
And he had, well, I don't know if you're going where I'm going, because I sent him a picture of balls.
Yes, we were going to the same place, Ben.
If he had like a little Hanukkah bush,
yes,
I would hang a sack of balls like an ornament.
A sack of balls.
And see, like the things that hang off the truck.
I didn't want to say anything because I'm like, well, Howard Brody's obviously Jewish. You can't hang a fucking sack of balls from his. Well, I mean, I guess you could from his tree inside his house. That would just be just as funny.
Yeah, I mean, listen, a Christmas tree, I don't feel has anything to do with religion.
Ah, I see.
Santa Claus, none of that has anything to do with religion. It's just like, okay, so the Christians have one way of having a gift-giving holiday, and the Jews have another way.
Yeah.
But it's the same fucking idea. The Jew one is actually more based in the religion, like Santa and trees and all that shit.
That's all made up bullshit.
That's all pagan stuff that's been planted on the day of quote unquote Jesus. We're not gonna talk religion, but on the day that they say Jesus was born.
On this, the day of my child's birth.
Right. So I mean, it's not. I mean, if I had a Christmas tree in my house, I wouldn't blink about it. It's not like it's
Yeah.
not like it says I'm having second thoughts about the religion I don't have one way or the other.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So
By the way, you have an awesome Owen Hart shirt.
I just got that from Pro Wrestling Tees today. The
Fantastic.
irony was that I started the wash and then opened that package up and realized I always wash them first before I
Yeah.
wear them. So yeah, this has to wait till the next.
I got a special
Cycle.
Christmas shirt.
You got a special Christmas shirt?
Yeah, I got a special Christmas shirt just like yours. I gotta wash it first before I wear it on the
Yeah.
25th. I'll come by. You'll like it.
I mean,
actually, you'll probably hate it, but
Oh, is this going to be a surprise? I can't know
yeah,
what it is.
Yeah, I'm surprising everybody. I don't get to surprise people anymore. I have no more voice. I don't, wrestling, none of that nonsense.
What are you talking about? You've got this huge,
this huge platform of 12 people.
No, we're up to like sucks wind through teeth as I do the calculation. Yeah, we might have like 40 or 50 people.
Let's test it.
No, they're not. Now, no, hold on. If
Let's
you're
test
asking
it.
them to participate or do anything that involves more work than downloading a podcast, you're asking for way too much.
All right, we'll see if one person hits us up. Okay, so we talked this episode about food from like gas stations, which we actually do a lot of driving around and trying to find gyms,
Hidden gems,
and otherwise, like not so hidden places that may or may not be.
It's always fun to find a place that from the outside you would go, I would never eat here.
I would never eat here.
Yeah.
But then go inside and go, holy shit, I'm going to be eating here every time I pass this
Every
place.
time I know I'm in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
I'm stopping here,
So-
whether I'm hungry or not.
So if anybody out there has stories like that, we would love to share A, audience participation, and B, maybe you know something, if you guys are local, that we don't, we can check out and give our own
Here
review
we
on.
go. I know someone who
some stuff out.
does listen to our show. Paula has been pushing for us to check out her friend's donut shop.
Where's that at?
I don't remember because I keep forgetting to check it out. So I'm sure after she listens to this, she'll send us a message. Like, I want to say they're mini donuts. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally making this shit
I'm
up.
fucking down.
I know you are.
Yeah.
Here's another. This is like sort of furlough filey kind of stuff.
Okay.
But since we're doing it here,
Ooh, a crossover.
yeah, a little bit. Anthony, yesterday, me and Anthony were talking
Yeah.
on the telephone, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna." It was either yesterday or the day before. Oh, I'm gonna go off my diet. I'm gonna eat. And I'm like, it's funny because I was thinking of getting pasta this weekend too. I've been craving it, and then he messaged me or called me yesterday, and he's like, "Oh my God, I ate a whole pizza, and I ate this, and I ate that, and I can't. I'm like even falling asleep talking to you right now. I feel terrible, blah blah blah." And I go, you just talked me out of whatever fucking bullshit I was gonna do Sunday, and then I jumped on the scale, and I was like, okay, this I was nervous, like because I haven't been like carefully doing anything that had put some weight back on, and I hadn't. I was down, so I'm like, all right, fuck it. And I forget why this all tied in now.
Something. Oh, to Paula and her.
Oh
mini
yeah.
donuts?
So theoretically, I will go with you, and I will be the one that takes care of all of our responsibilities no one else takes care of, like taking pictures and video and posting them on the social medias, and you can eat the fucking donuts.
I will eat donuts,
Yeah.
Paula. Paula,
Yeah.
they better be good.
Well,
Because
honestly,
you'll hear
yes,
about it.
yes. I mean, if you're gonna vouch for someone,
Yeah.
they better
better be
deliver.
good.
They better deliver.
Because we don't. When it comes to food, we don't hold back here.
no, we don't fuck around.
No. You gotta really be
The three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll send some to AJ.
No, I'm sending him shit.
I'm gonna
What?
send him an empty box with
Oh.
a bunch of crumbs.
Yeah, just the smell of the place.
Wish you were here.
That'd be great. I mean,
It's worth the postage.
I don't think there's a way to send fresh donuts in the mail.
I don't think so either.
Because even like an overnight,
Yeah.
they're not gonna
It's not like lasagna where you can fucking freeze dry it.
right and wrap it in dry ice and stuff. Yeah.
I'm legitimately super jealous that happened for him.
Well, I think we have the hookup. I think
Yeah.
if we decide to go to Illinois, Chicago, that we got the hookup.
Is it Illinois or is it Illinois?
No, I'm purposely mispronouncing it wrong.
Oh, okay.
Just like I do Pompano instead of Pompano.
It's Pompton, sir.
Pompton?
Pompton.
I don't see. I think. See, maybe it's just that I don't see color. Everywhere's the hood for you, and me, I'm like, well. See, I saw, and this is stupid, but have you ever been to the Pompano Beach Amphitheater for a concert or anything?
Not Pompano Beach Amphitheater.
It's, you would know, because it's really just like a small cutout under the ground. There's a stage down at the bottom, and then into the ground they had built risers, and it's like
they used to have Warped Tour there.
It seats probably like 500.
No. But
Or 1,000?
Warped Tour took that whole park up.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
But you know
but
what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
So I went and saw Block Party there.
Yeah.
Years ago, and they're British.
Yeah.
And so when he came out, he was like, "Hello, Pompano," and done after that. It's like the Dolphins game with the guy yelling "Buffalo." I rarely ever say Buffalo. I say Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I've embraced other people's mispronunciations. Like Embledge.
Embledge, man.
Embledge.
Embledge. I'm telling you. If it's not a word now, it will be.
That's the name of the podcast.
Embledge.
Embledge. I just have to figure out the proper spelling of it since it doesn't exist.
I don't even know.
How do I spell a word that doesn't exist? Anyway, I fucking want.
Well, everybody, all you cats and kittens out there.
We're getting the go home here from the producer.
What else are we gonna fucking talk about?
No, we're good.
Oh,
Man.
okay.
I don't mind. I was just like,
it's a good weekend, man.
It's funny. When I put these online, every fucking time I go, one of these times I got to remember to mention things like our social medias.
Oh,
and our website and our merch.
Oh.
And so now that I'm saying it, I should do it
out loud. Yeah.
So and if you don't want to listen to this, turn it off. But in the description of most of the things, you can go.
Okay.
In the description of most of the places where you're going to listen to this or watch it, there are links. But you can go to our Facebook page, Instagram. We have a TikTok. Anthony has a bigger TikTok. What else? We got the website. If you go to brizcliz.com, BRIZCLIZ.com. We have T-shirts and hats and hoodies and tank tops, and that's it for now.
Oh my!
And I usually throw in like stickers and shit when you buy. I'm a little behind, but Rudy, I'm behind because we ran out of stock on all that stuff.
Yeah.
Rudy, our screen printer, messaged me last night and said there may be a detour I got to take at work tomorrow to go pick up some stuff.
There we go. We get new merch on the fucking hot off the press.
It took a while to get the hoodies. But
yeah.
We worked it out.
So there you go.
I guess don't order. Crack? No. Yeah, well, that too. Don't order merch like hoodies to be made during the season.
Yeah.
Because then they're out.
Yeah.
Like get your hoodies made in the summertime.
Get your hoodies made in July
when they have stock in them. I think he had to call like 4 places to get everything we needed. So, all right. Yeah, that's it.
2 weeks to go to Christmas.
It means nothing to me. I'm like balls deep in Hanukkah right now.
Hail Santa!
And let me tell you, by that I just mean I am aware Hanukkah's been going on. I haven't even called family or anything.
You got yourself a present though.
I did. I got myself an Owen Hart T-shirt.
Owen Hart.
I'm going to send a picture of that to Danielle. Make her jealous. I also got soap from our buddy Mark who sells soap.
Oh.
Every time he comes out with new flavors of soap,
I don't like it when you say flavors of soap.
Every time every time he comes out with
new
flavors of soap.
Oh my God!
I order one of each because I like to support him. And
I haven't spoken to Mark everyone, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to eat the soap.
Yeah, probably. It doesn't change my enjoying.
I don't want to speak for his company, but
I would say that knowing that it bothers you pleases me to no end. And
the flavor of the week.
Yeah. Now, whenever we talk about soap,
because someone's gonna eat a bar of his soap and go like, Ben and Marco told me to do it.
I do it for I do. No. But I like it. I say it for antiperspirant or deodorant, shampoo, all that stuff. I always say flavor instead of.
What's his company's name?
Forged, Forged. I might share it on our.
Oh yeah, Forge Supply for all your soap needs. Brewmaster Citrus IPA soap bar. Is that the new one you got?
No, the new ones are like holiday flavors, like wintergreen and peppermint or something. I don't fucking.
They
know.
threw it in some beard balm for you.
Yeah. He gave me some beard balm. I don't know what beard balm does. I have no idea. But when I put it in my beard, it just smells better than a dirty food beard with bad breath. It's kind of got a vanilla smell to it. So I'm like, okay.
It's like putting a fucking air freshener on a fucking fake Christmas tree.
It's like roll on for your face.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if it does anything. Like, I don't know, like, if I'm not using enough.
Or protects it or
if it like, you know, like, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't feel any different.
And you know what? I haven't touched your beard recently, so I don't know the difference of if it's more like
not my
a
face
Brillo
beard.
Brillo pad or
You've been in my scruff before. On that note, I think the new mission is for me to end each episode as gay as possible.
Well, congratulations, buddy.